and 10 Raiders.
Five-yard line. That's a loss of 7 on a second straight sack, and it means 4th down and 32 for the Raiders. They started at the Ypsi 43-yard line, and they are going to punt it away with the line of scrimmage being their own 35. 4th and 32. So the first punt of the night for the Raiders, and the quarterback, Busamra, also handles the punting duties. He'll want to get a good one away here. He's got the time, gets the left foot into it. Bit of a line drive kick, but it gets a nice Raider roll. Inside the 30, well, it came back the other way. It'll be down right there at the 30-yard line. 35 yards on the punt. And so, with 9:20 to go here in the third quarter, Ypsi takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 30. Raiders lead the ball game by 10, 32-22, and never has a 10-point lead seemed so slim to me. Ypsilanti has struck quickly in this football game. They've cashed in some big plays, but the last 2 times they had the ball, prior to their just taking a knee effectively, on the last 2 plays they ran before halftime, their quarterback, Ethan Rose, threw interceptions. He's number 9. And he's going to run it himself around the left side. He gets drilled after picking up about a yard. I'm not sure that was a designed quarterback run. And I think maybe Rose wound up paying a bit of a price there. Picks up a yard on 1st down, and see if we can identify the Raider that came in to get him. There's a lot of bodies there, and I didn't quite pick up the number. Might have been Shale Toten, number 60. But it's a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 from the 31. Rose, pocket breaking down, and he's going to go down. Des Blanche was in there. Andrew Dooley was in there. Getting a hold of him is first. You see Rashad Green Jr., number 58. That moves the ball back to the 27-yard line, so it's a loss of 4. 3rd and 13 in motion prior to the snap. 5 against the Raiders, and it's 3rd and 8. So that's more manageable, isn't it? 3rd and 8 as opposed to 3rd and 13. It's the kind of mistake that, frankly, you don't want to see your team making at this stage of the season. It makes you wonder, especially with respect to tonight, whether their head is in this one entirely with the playoffs beginning next week. Rose's 3rd down pass sails out of bounds. So it is 4th and 8. And here comes the punting unit of the Lincoln High School Rail Splitters. Not much to talk about on this play. He was just trying to throw it to the left side, and he sailed it out of bounds. All right, here we go. 4th and 8. And into punt is Nigel Hargrave, who caught a 57-yard pass back in the first half. He's gonna go with a fake here. He's gonna turn it upfield. He gains the 40, 45 midfield, cuts it back inside, still on his feet to the 40, 35. Now it's a race to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, dragged down shy of the goal line, tackled by Eddie Lenton III. But how about that? That is going to be about a 66-yard gain on 4th down on the fake punt. On the run by Hargrave. And Ipsy goes from punting the football away to 1st and goal at the 1. A 67-yard jaunt by Hargrave. And it looked like they had him tackled before he got to the line of scrimmage, but he got away. On 1st down, nice defense by the Raiders. They gave the football to Collier, and Dooley was there to stop him for no gain. So 2nd down and goal from the 1. Oh, they lost yardage. It's back to the 3. 2nd and goal from the 3. 32-22, the Raiders lead on a chilly Friday night. Temperature dipping now into the 30s. Collier off the left side, diving towards the goal line, and he's going to be a little short. They'll mark him down, in fact, a little shy of the 1-yard line. And that is Crockett, number 81, that comes across and makes a big-time stop. So 3rd down, goal to go, and the ball officially is at the 1. It's between the 2 and the 1, so it is said to be at the 1. Goal to go, 3rd down. Ethan Rose, number 9, barks him out. Now he's changing the play, apparently. Could be a ruse. 3rd and goal. Raiders with a 10-point lead. Collier's going to try the left side. It's not there. It's not there in the least. Holy cow, how about Andrew Dooley, number 6? Stopped him all by himself and pushed him back all by himself. Pushed him back a significant number of yards as well. Ball's at the 7. It's a loss of 6. Wow, how about Dooley? 4th down, goal to go from the 7. Wow, 4th and goal from the 7. What defense here by the Raiders. This is all happening with under 5 to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock running at 4:55. 32-22, Raiders with the lead. Timeout being called here by the Raiders. Well, as slowly as the first half went, I can't believe the clock reads 4:39 here in the third quarter, but it does. It took an hour and a half to play the first half here tonight. We had a lot of penalties, but we had a lot of scoring plays. There was a ton of action, and it just took forever, but this third quarter has sped right along. So this is a huge point in the football game, isn't it? Fourth down. Goal to go from the 7. Remember, after the 67-yard fake punt by Nigel Hargrave, Ypsi had it first and goal at the 1. It was Eddie Lenton III who made the touchdown-saving tackle on that fake punt. And he may have, and that phrase, touchdown-saving, may turn out to be exactly the case here. Fourth and goal, Ypsi. The football's on the 7. They have run the ball on each of the 3 previous downs after the goal to go began. And now it's fourth and goal. Rose looking to the end zone. Under pressure, got the ball away, and it's intercepted, picked off down there. Picked off by the Raiders. That football being returned out near the 25-yard line. It's Beeler with his 3rd interception of the game. Jasper Beeler picks off another one, and he returns it out to near the 20, but there's a conversation. Now, is there a flag? There's a look at the play again, and Beeler, a couple of yards deep in the end zone, runs it out of there. Out beyond the 20, out to the 25-yard line nearly. First down, Raiders. They haven't put the football down on the field. I don't know where the Raiders, from whence the Raiders will scrimmage. There was a flag on the play. It was an illegal block on the return. And so instead of having the ball in the vicinity of the 25, the Raiders will have it at their own 4-yard line. So a post-possession penalty. Beeler with his 3rd pick. And now the Raiders start at their own 4. Still leading by 10, though. They put up the goal line stand and have it first and 10 at the 4. And nice yardage here on first down. Out beyond the 20 to the 23-yard line goes Miles Gresham. Picks up 19 yards on first down. Gresham in that first half ran for 97 yards on 11 carries. Gets the first down here. The Raiders give him a gain of 20, in fact. 20 yards on that carry by Gresham. The football is at the 24. 32-22 Raiders. We're in the 3rd. And the Raiders have just held the rail splitters off with a tremendous goal line stand. And here comes Gresham again. Solid yardage, first down yardage for the 2nd straight carry by Gresham. He gets a dozen this time. And the football out to the 36-yard line. So now the Raiders are wearing them down. The Raiders much more run dependent here so far in the second half than they were in the first, when Jacob Busamra completed 13 of 15 for 240 yards, Sam Fisher tells me. First and 10 Raiders at their own 36-yard line. Here comes Brunette. He'll try the right side. He's got big yardage to the 40, 35, near to the 30 before he's taken out of bounds. All the way down to the 31-yard line. 33 yards on the carry by Brunette. And the Raiders, 3 plays ago, were at their own 4-yard line. Now they're at the Ypsilanti 31. Gains of 20, 12, and 33 on the last 3 plays. First and 10, North Farmington, Lincoln 31-yard line. This is Gresham. Again, the left side. Turns that corner. 20-15-10. He's going to score. Miles Gresham is going to score. Touchdown. North Farmington Raiders. And the Raiders go on top now by 16 points, 38-22. There's a flag. There's a flag way back at the, well, near the 40-yard line. Oh, my. Gresham lost a 35, 40-yard play in the first half on a holding call, and he's going to lose a 31-yard touchdown jaunt here. Holding Raiders. Wow, what a big penalty. All the way back to the 47-yard line. They lose 16 on the penalty, and instead of having the football in the end zone, they've got it first and 26 at the 47. So still a 10-point lead for North Farmington. Screen pass to Gresham. Gets some blocks. Just needs a little seam. 30-25. And brought down a little shy of the 20-yard line. Tackled in the open field by Malachi Locke. Gresham, he does not need much. So on that pass, he's down to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 25. Should be 2nd and 1. It is 2nd and 1 from the 22. Well, the ebb and flow of this possession has been remarkable. Brunette this time, they're alternating carries, and John Burnett picks up the first down to the 17. Give him a gain of 5. Give him a first down. And the Raiders maintain possession. Down now to the Ypsilanti 17-yard line. 2:40 in the third quarter. 2:40 left in the third quarter. The clock is running here at Holland Field. Remember, the Raiders started this drive off a interception, his third of the football game, by Jasper Beeler, and they began at their own 4-yard line. They've driven now to the Ypsilanti 17. Led by 10 when the drive began. Had a touchdown taken off the board on this drive. The man who scored it, Gresham, has the ball here in traffic off the left side, and it's a marginal gain of 2 or 3 yards on first down as he's brought down by Nigel Hargrave. They gave him a 4-yard pickup there. 2nd down and 6, Raiders at the 13. Beeler went in motion. He's open in the flat. They get the ball to him to the 5-yard line, and it's going to be goal to go. So that's somewhat fitting, isn't it? Beeler started it all with an interception in the end zone. And they throw a little screen pass to him, and he sets the Raiders up with a goal to go at the Lincoln 3. It's a gain of 10 on the pass to Beeler. And a first down. First and goal from the 3. As we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. Offset eye. And here's Gresham. He's going to walk in. Touchdown, Miles Gresham. It was merely delayed. Touchdown, Gresham. Touchdown, Raiders. And now they in fact do lead 38-22. Flag on the play. Maybe they don't. I'll tell you what. Do we have another touchdown taken off the boards? If we do, it's the second of the drive. So let's see what this is all about. Gresham has had two touchdowns on this drive. The first was taken off the board on a holding penalty. I think this touchdown will stand. And I will watch with you as we see what the call is. I think somebody just got tossed out of the game. We've had the hat thrown. You don't just throw your hat. That's got to mean something important. So I think one of one of the Lincoln players has been ejected, but that may not be the whole story. So Gresham with the touchdown run of 3 yards. His second rushing touchdown of the night. His 11th rushing touchdown this season. Personal foul against the Raiders here. This must have occurred after the touchdown. Personal foul against the Rail Splitters and an I'm not sure if we have an ejection on just the Ypsi player or on both teams. So I believe they said it was number 6 of Lincoln. That would be Raymond Lewis Jackson. But I'm not 100% sure. You see their coach, Chris Westfall, talking with the referees. The ejected player, it's Collier, their running back, number 4, who has been, I can see him across the way walking to the Ypsilanti locker room. And I don't see anybody leaving the North Farmington bench. So just the Ypsilanti player ejected. And even that I'm not 100% sure on because Collier across the way is stretching his leg. I'm wondering if he, in fact, is not the player ejected, but rather is just trying to get some treatment for an injury. I'm just not sure. Best not to speculate when you're not sure. So we're looking for a point after touchdown here with the Raiders now leading by 16 points, 38-22. Nice drive by the Raiders, 96 yards all told. And I'm not even going to try to total up the number of plays. There's so many penalties in there, I'd get lost. But it was a nice drive. Remember, they started off with 3 big plays, and they went in 3 plays from their own 4-yard line to the Ypsilanti 31-yard line. All of this is happening, by the way, with exactly 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Now, Collier has left the Lincoln bench area. So he's headed to the locker room. It is likely he was the player ejected. And they may be bringing in a backup quarterback, Kevin Davis. He's warming up on the sideline across the way. All right, after all of this, Massimo Sambati has an extra point to attempt. He's 2 for 4 tonight. This one away, and he made it. So it's 39-22 Raiders. On well, what a sequence we had to start the second half if you go back and think about it. Remember, on their first possession, Ypsi faked a punt on 4th down and ran it 67 yards. That kid, Nigel Hargrave, ran it 67 yards, needed 68, though. He was stopped at the 1-yard line on a great tackle by Eddie Lenton III, who ran him down. And Ypsi could not score. They wound up with 3rd and goal from the 7. And it was Ethan Rose who threw an interception in the end zone. And the guy intercepting it was Jasper Beeler. It was his 3rd pick of the night. And that put an end to the Lincoln scoring hopes on that drive. And all the Raiders did was start at their own 4-yard line following a penalty on the return by Beeler. And they drove 96 yards. And I think that may be the story of this one. What a big drive by the Raiders. And they're up now by 17 points, and with only 13 minutes left in the game, 1 minute here in the 3rd and 12 more in the 4th, you know, you're starting to feel that things are a little bit more safe. It did not feel at all safe to me with a 10-point lead. And remember, Lincoln came within a yard of making it a 3-point football game, maybe a 2-point game. Had Hargrove been able to get 1 more yard out of that fake punt deal, I can't call it a return, but that fake punt run, yeah, we'd be in a 2 or 3 point game right now, maybe. That would have cut the deficit to, well, 3. No, 4, but they might have gone for 2, which would have cut it. It's all academic now. They didn't score. The Raiders did. They're up by 17. And the only thing we can say with any degree of certainty is that it's still chilly here at Holland Field. We probably are about 50 degrees, maybe the high 40s at kickoff. Somebody kicks it into the end zone where it cannot be returned. And it has been dropping steadily. Well, it's dark. And the last time I was brave enough to look, it was 40 degrees, and that was about an hour ago. And I'm thinking we've probably dropped a degree or two, and they're now playing football in the upper 30s, which is what you get when you play football on October 25th in Michigan. Well, I told you this was going to happen, Sam. Back in August, right, we're wearing shorts and T-shirts up here in the booth. It's hot up in these little press boxes. And I said, you wait. And here we are. So we got the hats on and the gloves. We look great. We're trying to stay warm. It's working out. Sam's okay. Sam's young. Sam's got that good circulation stuff. All right, here we go. Lincoln, first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. It's still Rose at quarterback number 9. Had a nice pass thrown that Malachi Locke got both hands on but couldn't bring in, so it's incomplete. I've had a pretty well thrown ball here. And Locke had to leave his feet a little bit. It's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. Boy, another drop. And it was Hargrave, who's as close as the rail splitters have tonight to a hero. And that would have been a pickup of, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 yards, but it's another incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down, 3rd and 10. He was there, the ball was there. There was just one thing missing from the equation, and that was the catch. So 3rd and 10, rail splitters. They're down by 18. Only 10 seconds have run off the clock since the kickoff. 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter now. Rose. All the time in the world. Now it breaks down a little bit. Gets a good ball away, and it's incomplete. Went out of bounds. Tariq Weathers complaining there that he was interfered with by Clark Crockett, who had coverage for the Raiders, but there's no flag, and so therefore there was no interference, and it's 4th down, 4th and 10, after 3 straight incompletions to start the drive here by Lincoln. Well, I think they'll try another fake. Last time it worked out pretty well for them, a 67-yard pickup, and they wound up with 1st and goal at the 1, but the Raiders would not let them in. Go back to that great play that Andrew Dooley made on 2nd and goal from the 2, right? The 5-yard loss, a great individual effort there. But, when you have a goal line stop like the Raiders did, that's a terrific team effort. Hargrove will punt this one. And they let it bounce, and the Raiders get out of harm's way, and it'll roll dead at about the 45-yard line. I'm scanning the field, as has become my habit, looking for flags after virtually every play. Because once again tonight, we've seen a ton of them. But in this case, there is not a flag. It's 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 45-yard line. We're 32 seconds away from the end of the 3rd quarter. The Raiders lead the football game by 17 points now, 39-22. The Raiders come to the sideline, and Lincoln's called a timeout. So the timeout with, again, 32 seconds left in the 3rd. Well, let's give you the names of those Raiders seniors again here on senior night. Brunette, Kern, Dooley, Lenton III, Solomon, Jackson, Gresham, Weems, Brown, Cheatham, Clark started us off tonight with a touchdown catch. Lee, Hardy, Rice, Morris, Toten, Probakar, Peterson, Crockett. All guys that Well, we've said their name a number of times over the course of this schedule for you on TV 10. Schedule that we expect will continue next weekend. We always have to get approval from the State High School Athletic Association to carry a playoff game, but they've been very good in the past about giving us that permission. We're hoping the same holds true this year, and we'll have playoff football action for you next weekend right here on TV 10. The selection show is Sunday evening, early evening, 6, 7 o'clock. Here's Gresham. He threw the first wave, and he goes down after a gain of 9 yards to the 46-yard line of Ypsilanti. So another big night by Miles Gresham. There's a flag. Is there a flag? There's a flag. There's holding against the Raiders. So no 9 yards for Miles Gresham. No 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. It'll be first down and 20. On that play, the quarter comes to an end. I think. No, it has not either. They stop the clock, and now it'll start again on the snap. 1st and 20 Raiders at their own 35. Here's Gresham around the right side looking to turn the corner. Couldn't. Fell. There's a flag. The play itself lost 2 or 3 yards. Let me guess, holding against the Raiders. Holding against the Raiders. So now it'll be first down. I got to see where they put the ball. It's at the 26, so that's 9 yards lost on that penalty. So it's first down and 29 from the 26. And there's the end of the third quarter while all that's going on. Well, let's take a break, shall we? Holy cow. And a quarter. With the score, the Raiders 39 and the Rail Splitters 22. You remember last Friday, the big Farmington North Farmington game, the two teams combined for 22 points in the entire football game. 24 points, 13-9. And here in the first half tonight, Ypsi scored 22 on their own. But they were held off the scoreboard in the third quarter, thanks largely to that tremendous defensive stand by the Raiders, who held them off after a 1st and goal at the 1. And only 7 points were scored in the third quarter after we had 54 points scored in the first half. All right, first down, 27 to go. Oh, make it 34. They've got the ball on the 21-yard line. And it's fumbled on the snap, and I'll tell you what, somehow Busamra was able to get rid of it. I'm just waiting to see if we have a flag here for grounding, frankly. But it was first down and 34 from the 21. As you see, Busamra getting rid of it there. But no flag, so it's an incomplete pass. Second down, 34 from the 21. Raiders can't let their foot up off the pedal just yet. We're in the fourth quarter, just underway in the fourth, and the Raiders lead the Rail Splitters by 17. And on the ground, some good yardage once again by Brunette. He's going to get 22 yards on that carry, all the way out to the 43-yard line. And there's a flag that comes in late. Brunette with a pickup of 22 yards. Then there's the flag to account for. And I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to speculate on who's being flagged for what here. There are 2 flags on the field. And they are walking in a direction favorable to North Farmington, and indeed a personal foul here against Ypsilanti takes the football to the Lincoln 42-yard line. And guess what? After 2nd and 34 at the 21, the Raiders have 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 41. So they pick up 38 yards on the run and the penalty. It's first down. Here's Gresham. He's got that seam up the middle, then gets dragged down at the 35-yard line as he was grabbed from behind by Jordan Brooks and brought to the turf. Give Brooks some credit here. That's a good form tackle around the waist. But the gain on first down is 7. And Miles Gresham having another big night for the Raiders. 2nd down and 3 now. There's a whistle, pre-snap whistle. And the Raiders have procedured illegally, so they'll back up 5. Back to the 40, 2nd and 8. .39 left. A good amount of time, but the Raiders now with a 17-point lead and the ball. And they are driving. These little penalties are costing them, though. They had a lot of costly penalties on the 96-yard scoring drive. A lot of teams wouldn't have been able to overcome that. Busamra with a blitz with which to contend. Gets it away to Burnett. Burnett cuts it up inside of the 25 and down close to the 20-yard line. John Burnett all the way down to the 22, and Sam tells me, of course, there's a flag. Flag was thrown at the end of the play, and they're going to walk more yards off against Lincoln this time. So the play will stand. It was a gain of 18 on the screen pass to Burnett. Then penalty yardage afterwards. And the football winds up at the 17. So 1st and 10 Raiders at the Lincoln 17-yard line, as you see. Now the Raiders looking to put this one away now. Leading by 17. Little trickeration, and around the left side goes Bryant. And he's inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. That's a gain of 8 on the 2nd carry tonight by Justin Bryant. They went with an end around look there, and it brings up 2nd and 1. Actually, 2nd and 2. The line to gain is the 7. 2nd down and 2. Raiders keep it on the ground. Burnett pulls forward, breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets to the goal line, and they see he's going to be short. Just short. Going to be 1st and goal as Bryant picks up 8 yards and a 1st down. 1st and goal Raiders at the 1, and it doesn't get much closer to the goal. I tell you what, when Burnett fell forward, I think if he had a replay here, they might have looked at that one and said that's a touchdown. So it's 1st and goal from the 1, and the football, as you heard the PA man say, is inside the 1. That's nuzzled up against the goal line. Should be an easy quarterback sneak here. And Busamra is up under center. I formation. And touchdown. Touchdown as it's carried in by Andrew Dooley. I don't remember Andrew Dooley carrying the ball much this season at all, but he carries it right there and carries it into the end zone. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and that's 45 on the board now for the Raiders. They lead it 45-22 with 8:10 left to go. So Sambati with yet another extra point attempt. It's his 6th of the game, and he's made 4 of them. And it's 46-22. That should do it. The Rail Splitters have not scored in the second half. All 22 of their points coming before halftime tonight. Their offense has scored 15 points, as they got one defensive touchdown. And that should do it. But, 8:10 to go. But the Raiders right there put together a good-looking drive. As they converted on a 1st and 34 from their own 21-yard line. They got a 22-yard carry by Brunette. By Gresham, I'm sorry. Then the personal foul after that. And they wind up taking it into the end zone. And it is Beeler scoring it. We could look and see if that's his first touchdown this year. I should say Dooley. Rushing totals, that was his 6th carry of the year, his 2nd touchdown. So there we go. So a nice moment for Andrew Dooley on senior night with the 1-yard touchdown run. And the kick away, this will be returned. And it's brought back out to the 26-yard line by Matthew Donovan, and then he's smacked to the turf. 1st and 10, Lincoln at the 26-yard line. So 48-22, 46-22. 46-22, the Raiders lead this one now. So they've opened up a 24-point lead. And that's another factor you have to consider when the deficit is greater than the amount of points, the number of points your team has scored, you're in trouble. And right now, Lincoln, they've scored 22 points tonight. They've trailed by 24. Ethan Rose in at quarterback. Little trouble with the handoff exchange, and the gain will be 3 yards or thereabouts in a swarming Raider defense. Crockett was in there, so was Dominic Mathis Nelson, and they stopped the ball carrier, Matthew Donovan. Or check that, the ball carrier rather, Damian Harris. There he is, number 32. So 2nd down and 7. Ball's on the 29. So I gotta tell you, it looked a little scary for the Raiders at times tonight. It made it look a little scary still as a long pass is caught down there by Nigel Hargrave. He had the 57-yard reception in the first half and the 67-yard fake punt earlier in this second half. And he's got the big gainer right there, 37 yards. First and 10, Ipsy. They're at the Raider 28. They're going to get good yardage here on first down, too. All the way down to the 16-yard line goes Matthew Donovan. And that's another first down. Pickup on that play was 16 yards. Here comes Beeler, number 21, to make the tackle. Force him out of bounds at any rate. This play's going to lose, though. Again, it's a Donovan on the carry, but he gets shoved back this time. Sterling Solomon, number 8, was there to put an end to that play. It's a loss of 4 to the 20. 2nd and 14. Rose has the time, has a man in the end zone. There's coverage. I bet there's a flag here. Yeah, there is, because Eddie Linton III kind of grabbed on a bit there. He was trying to cover Malachi Locke, and the two number 7s got kind of caught up with one another in the end zone. And you see Linton, when you see that hand on the shoulder pad like that, that's going to be a penalty. So it occurred in the end zone, so it'll be a first down and all sorts of stuff. 5:56, so nearly 6 minutes to go. Raiders lead it by 24, but the rail splitters are threatening. They'll have a first and goal at the 10 following the PI in the EZ. Pass interference in the end zone, right? Sure. Here we go. It's been a long night now. The down box reads 2, so it's second down here. Second down and 3. All right. Line to gain is it must be 2nd and 4. Line to gain is the 6. Football's on the 10. 2nd and 4. So no automatic first down or nothing on a pass interference in the end zone. Another ball into the end zone, and there's nobody particularly close to that one. The closest was Burnett, actually, the Raider quarterback. Is there a flag? No flag. 3rd down and 4 from the 10. We are getting to the point where I'm actually surprised when I don't see a flag after a play. There's been a lot of them. We've seen a lot of those pink flags here tonight. 3rd and 4. Rose checking with the sideline, and he may be substituting a play right here. He's got wide receivers split to either side, has a man in the slot and a couple of tight ends. Over the middle goes the pass, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Nathan Holman. And it is going to be 4th down and 4. And there you see John Burnett on coverage, number 3. So here we go, 4th down. And one would think Lincoln's last realistic hope right here. And even that may not be realistic with the Raiders up 24, but we'll see. Rose, little crossing route, and he overthrows everybody. It's incomplete. There are no flags. It'll be Raider football. They turn it over on downs to the rail splitters. So North Farmington gets the football with 5:39 to go. They'll have it at their own 10-yard line, and their 24-point lead is intact at 46-22. Wow, this game has been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes now, just about. That's a little long for a high school game. The quarters are only 12 minutes in length. And there are no TV timeouts. Oh, here comes Gresham. And there goes Gresham out beyond the 30, out to near the 40-yard line. Miles Gresham, a little slow getting up. But he just picked up 28 yards out to the 38. And here it is again. Nice downfield blocking, the hallmark of a well-coached team, so congratulations to you, Coach Herstein. John Herstein, the first-year coach of the Raiders, coming over after 12 years an assistant at Harrison High School, and that was always, it seemed to me, the hallmark of a Harrison team was things like downfield blocking. And you just saw it right there, and it's 1st and 10 still for the Raiders, only now the football out to the 38-yard line. And Miles Gresham helped to his feet. He's right there by the sideline. One would suspect that'll be the night for him. Clock is stopped with 5:31 left to go. 46-22 North Farmington. Well, it'll be Gresham on the carry, a quick hitter up the middle. And a quick little pickup of 8 yards to the 46. The Raiders are starting to pile up some staggering offensive numbers in this football game. They went to the pass frequently in the first half. They have depended primarily on the run here in the second. It's one of the reasons the third quarter went as quickly as it did. Here's Burnett again. Bounces it outside, 30, 25, 20. Down the sideline he goes, and he's finally forced out of bounds, but not until he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. 44 yards on the carry right here by John Brunette. Wow, so he's up over Hondo. And it's goal to go for the Raiders at the 10. Brunette plows up the middle. And gets 3. Second and goal from there, the 7-yard line. As we hit 3.5 minutes to play in the football game. Richard Harris, sophomore. I'm sorry, he's a junior. That's his first carry of the night, though. I'm not sure it gained any yards. No gain. So still, the ball on the 7. Now it's 3rd and goal. Busamra under center. Fakes the give to Harris. Found his path blocked by Rushman, and he's taken down. It's a sack on the play back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 7 on the sack. Third time Busamra's been sacked tonight. As protection broke down early, and they had to contend with Decorian Temple number 88 and number 47 Tyler Carmen. So it's 4th and goal from the 13, from the 14. And the Raiders, they may as well go for it here because even if they don't make it, it'll leave a long field for Lincoln. coming into the ballgame quickly, number 33, Dominic Mathis Nelson. Oh, it's going to be a field goal attempt. Sambati. This will be a 31-yarder. And there's a flag. Procedure call against the Raiders. So that moves the football back to the 19. That will make this a 36-yard field goal attempt by Sambati. Well, field goal missed, but there's a flag, and it's a personal foul roughing the kicker against Lincoln. And a first down. How about that? So the North Farmington offense trots back out onto the field. We're into the final minute, mercifully enough. 57 seconds to go. Great show here by the Raiders. They're up 46-22. It's just taken a long time to get here. Half the distance to the goal. The football's at the 10. And it is a goal to go. First and goal for the Raiders at the 10-yard line. And I think they're just going to go, they will. They'll just go to victory formation here. Clock doesn't start until the ball is snapped, and there it is. And now it's running at 50 seconds and counting. So the Raiders will snap it one more time, and they will complete an undefeated regular season. They're going to be 9-0 for the first time since the 1978 team won their first 11 games and became the only Raider team in history to make it to a state championship. There's the final kneel down. The Raiders will head to the sideline. Still the formality of another 20 seconds or so running off the clock, but the Raiders are already gathering for the handshake at the midfield stripe. So all that has to happen now is for the final seconds to run off the clock, and the Raiders will officially be a 9-0 team. That's going to happen in 5 seconds. And there you go. The undefeated North Farmington Raiders. They defeat tonight, as you see the coaches shaking hands just off the 50-yard line. Chris Westfall for the Lincoln Rail Splitters and John Herstein for the North Farmington Raiders. He's undefeated as a first-year coach. The Raiders got a bit of a scare tonight, but they end up pulling away at the end. Win it by 24. Final score is North Farmington 46 and Ypsilanti Lincoln 22. But remember, on 3 occasions in that first half, the Raiders had the lead, only to see Lincoln come back and wrest it away from them. But after a 22-point first half, the Raiders shut them down in the second half, shut them out in the second half, and North Farmington wins it by that final score of 46-22. We'll have a playoff game for you, we fully expect, on TV 10 next week. Who will be involved in that playoff game? Will it be a North Farmington game? Will it be a Farmington game? We don't know. They're both going to qualify. The Raiders certainly at 9-0. We're going to host a home game, and the Falcons at 7-1 may very well host one of their own. So we'll have details on that. We'll get it online as soon as we know it. The selection show comes up Sunday. So the Raiders 9-0 for the first time in, well, oh so long. And what a night it's been, and what a regular season it has been for the Raiders. Final score tonight, the Raiders 46 and the Rail Splitters 22. And we will say on a chilly Friday night, so long from Holland Field.